Hey, this is Nellie's Farm. It's July 11th, 2024. The end of a beautiful summer day here. I've been mowing. I got the garden area mowed, but it's still not weed eated, but it's a little more visible now. My mugwort is thriving, and I've moved it to different places. I really need to do an updated video on that. My mullein's not so great. The mugwort's super easy to grow. I wish everything else was as easy to grow right now. But unfortunately, I'm not having a very good return this year. This time last year, I was working a lot of hours. I had so much produce that I didn't know what to do with it. I gave it to a lady who works at the convenience store. I gave it to co-workers, neighbor. This year, not so much. And a few of my squash plants that are growing and got baby squash, they're starting to die, and I don't know why. But I've got a lot of baby watermelon. Well, not a lot, but I got a few. A lot of things I've replanted, like green beans, because the first and second sets didn't do so well. I've already ate some apples off my Anna's apple tree over there. My sunchokes are doing great. I didn't get hardly any zinnias this year compared to normal, but they kind of came up where they felt like it. They did their own thing. So at least I got some. So anyway, I want to talk to you really briefly about the economy and what I heard from a channel. And yes, that's our laundry hanging up there. Been doing hand wash. Yes, the Jeep is still broke down. The part didn't fix it that my son put on that we had anticipated might. But he has some spark now, so hopefully he's making some progress. And there's a Dee. You see behind the plum tree over there. Well, this guy that updates people on his own YouTube channel, economic situation we have here in America. Uneducated economics, by the way. I just found his channel. It's pretty good. He's involved in lumber and real estate. And sorry, I had a bug land on my nose and I had to itch it. He said that he's had a lumber yard basically offering him huge amounts of lumber for one low price, like a wholesale price, and at a loss for the lumberyard, I guess. That's pretty crazy, you know. Do you remember just a few years ago how high lumber was? People, a lot of them, they quit building, you know, because of it. Well, now it's super cheap, but it's not going along with the rest of the economy, because housing, the home builders, they haven't went down in their prices, and you would think they would, you know, since the cost of lumber went down. And here's one of my mugwort plants right now. I'm telling you, this stuff is great for anxiety. I smoke it every night. Every night. You don't really feel it, but you do notice, my hose quit. You do notice that your anxiety level went down and you just feel more relaxed. And excuse my mess over here because I've got a lot of things to pluck out. Things that didn't come up very well, so I'm going to add other things. And, of course, the weeds have to be taken care of, too. But, I also saw today, you know the channel Adapt 2030, right? If you don't know that channel and you're interested in the stuff that I talk about, I really suggest that, here it is, here's why. I suggest that you watch it because you will find out so much info. He talks about, like the changing weather patterns and how they're affecting farmers and geoengineering and all kinds of stuff that's affecting our food supply now. He does interviews. Well, he was talking about, or interviewed a guy who actually, they were pulled over and they had chickens in the back of the truck, and they were either going to South Carolina or come from. I think they were headed there. And because of that one little, oh, here we go again. One of my good hose, the stretchy type, broke last year, and I just never got around to replacing it. So sorry about this, guys. He was pulled over, and the police were asking him about the chickens. Chickens, guys, chickens. Not illegals, not drugs. Chickens. So he hears from basically, what do you call it? I don't know, agriculture cops. I can't think of the word right now. Who came to his house? So they're asking questions, okay, about his chickens. Just from that, the traffic stop. Can you believe that crap? And two of them died, and by coyotes. That happens out here. And they wanted to like dig up the bodies, I guess to test for. I'm thinking to test for bird flu or whatever. This is how crazy things are getting. So I guess this person who works for the government came onto his property, and he said, look, I have a food forest growing here. I am trying to educate other people too on being self-sustainable. He said our food system is broken, which it is. It's mostly, poisons, processed garbage and poisons, right? And that's the whole point of me doing this. It's slow going though, let me tell you. But anyway, he explains this to this officer, and a lot of those people, they're just regular people. Government officials are regular Americans. And, a lot of them, I'm sure, the way they think of, well, I'm just doing my job, even if they are enforcing some tyrannical crap. But this guy actually, after he explained everything to him and how pretty ridiculous it is for him to be out there inspecting his place because he got pulled over with chickens. So apparently, I should mention this. The cop said that it's illegal to take chickens from one state to the next. Maybe because of diseases, And that was the main cause of that, by the way. But still, to show up in his property for some chickens? Anyway, he explained this to this government guy, all of this. And he started to get the drift, how ridiculous it was, him visiting, And do you know he had a long conversation with him instead of getting an attitude like, oh God, what are you doing here? He actually talked to him and educated this guy. Turns out a few months later, this guy quit his job. And guess what? He started his own food forest. Isn't that awesome? I mean, so, sometimes when I share the truth, I get discouraged because it just seems like, you get banned, you get censored, you get haters, saying you're a liar. And of course you get the shills who, will contradict what you're trying to say and teach others. But, this was one of those times when it really paid off. The guy actually quit his government job, nosing in people's business, his fellow Americans, and he started his own food forest. And that, to me, says that there's a little hope out there. He thinks there is hope, but I don't think, honestly, I don't think there's enough of us. I just don't. Look at me. I mean, I'm way behind on everything. There's not enough of us to do everything here. That's why everything's so overgrown. I mean, I'm using a push mower to mow acres, guys, a few acres. Thank goodness most of it's woods and a mountain and stuff. But my son and I, we take turns, and that's why the grass never gets done. We just simply go from one part to the next. And by the time another part's done, then another part needs mowed. As you can see, that's not mowed yet. We found a black snake yesterday. He was a friendly guy, and he was cute. And I forgot to upload the video. I need to see if it turned out right because I was so busy I didn't see. But the snakes are coming around again, and I found a lot of baby toads the last few days mowing. That means more snakes because they come to eat them. So that means that I need to get caught up with this grass, especially right around the house, because of the snakes. But this guy was harmless, but some of them might not be. And of course, I did not kill him because he wasn't venomous. My neighbor, she ran into 2 black ones too, same thing. So she relocated them. Guys, those rat snakes and chicken snakes, I think they call them in the South, those kind of snakes kill the venomous ones, if you didn't know, way out here. It's kind of hard to believe, but... And be careful killing black snakes, because the black indigo snake is endangered. I wouldn't kill anything, unless you absolutely have to. But out here, most people, they just kill the snakes and they don't even think about it, even if it resembles a snake. But yeah, please be careful. Everybody should look at their endangered species list in their area, in my opinion. Everybody. So anyway, stay educated, so you can see what's going on in your area. So anyway, I wanted to share this incredible story, which is very inspiring. And I thought it was just beautiful. And so, yeah, I'm going to see if I can find that little snake video. It was a short, and I'd forgot about it till today. So I just wanted to touch base with you, and I'm still doing my fundraiser because our Jeep isn't running. Oh my gosh, I got a text from my old employer today that I was laid off from, which I don't get unemployment from. They need me back. They need me back, and I want my old job, but I don't have a ride. And so I'm posting locally saying, hey, is anybody going that way, second shift? So the chances of that are pretty much slim to nothing, because I live in a rural area with hardly anybody out here except a bunch of forest. And so, but I thought I would try. So please keep us in your prayers. Help us by praying for us. That we get that fixed very soon. I called our old mechanic, and he's not answering any of the lines, so I'm not sure what's going on. Finding somebody out here is not easy. It's just not, especially when you don't know anybody like me. All right, thanks for listening, and I'm going to put my PayPal link in the comment section again. And I'm glad I caught you up a little bit on my garden. There's not much to show because this year has been pathetic. And according to a few of you guys, your gardens are the same way this year. It's pretty, it's pretty, but geez, you'd starve to death if you had to count on it, which breaks my heart, because the whole reason for me coming here was for, to grow my own organic food. But I thank you for listening if you've made it this far. And I hope you're having a good week. Happy Wednesday. Nellie's Farm signing off.